Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel, Introduction to Psychoanalysis. Ever wondered why people behave the way they do? Could it be that our unconscious mind holds the answer? Welcome to the intriguing realm of psychoanalysis, a revolutionary theory developed by none other than the father of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud. Psychoanalysis is more than just a theory. It is an insightful method to treat mental disorders by investigating the complex interaction between the conscious and unconscious elements in the human mind. It's akin to a fascinating puzzle, where each piece of our thoughts, dreams, and emotions fit together to form the complete picture of our psyche. Now let's talk about Sigmund Freud, a man who in the late 19th and early 20th centuries dared to delve into the uncharted territories of the human mind. His groundbreaking work laid the foundation for understanding human behavior and personality, and his theories have dramatically shaped the field of psychology, even to this day. Freud proposed that our behavior and personality are profoundly influenced by our unconscious thoughts, images, and desires. He suggested that these unconscious elements, often stemming from our early experiences, play a significant role in shaping our actions, even if we're completely unaware of them. And that's the magic of psychoanalysis. It helps us unlock those hidden parts of our mind, allowing us to understand ourselves better. Freud's psychoanalysis also offers a unique perspective on mental disorders. Rather than viewing them as purely biological or genetic anomalies, Freud argued that these conditions could be the result of unresolved conflicts buried deep within our unconscious mind. This radical view transformed the way we approach mental health, paving the way for therapeutic techniques that focus on understanding and resolving these internal conflicts. So are you ready to embark on this journey to unravel the mysteries of the human mind? As we delve deeper into the coming sections, we'll explore Freud's psychoanalytic approach, the theory of instincts, personality structure, the psychosexual stages of development, and the intriguing concept of ego defense mechanisms. So, let's dive into the fascinating world of Freud's psychoanalysis. Freud's early works. Freud's journey to understanding the human mind started with his early works. This period was marked by his intense studies on hysteria and dreams, fields that were barely touched upon by his contemporaries. Freud's fascination with hysteria began when he started noticing certain patterns of behavior in his patients, which he traced back to repressed traumatic experiences. He coined the term psychic causality to explain these phenomena. His studies on dreams, on the other hand, were driven by his belief that dreams are the royal road to the unconscious, a gateway to understanding the mind's deepest and most repressed desires. These explorations laid the groundwork for his development of the psychoanalytic theory. His insights into the unconscious mind, the role of repressed memories, and the significance of dreams became foundational concepts in this revolutionary theory. These early works set the stage for what would become Freud's groundbreaking theories. Freud's psychoanalytic approach and the instincts. At the core of Freud's theory is the psychoanalytic approach. This approach places a significant emphasis on the unconscious mind, a realm Freud believed was teeming with desires, thoughts, and memories that have been repressed but continue to influence behavior. Freud's psychoanalytic approach also highlights the role of instincts in driving human behavior. According to Freud, we are all propelled by two core instincts, eros and thanatos. Eros, or the life instinct, encompasses our innate drive for survival, propagation, hunger, and creativity. On the other hand, thanatos, the death instinct, represents our unconscious wish for death and destruction, not just of ourselves but also of others. These instincts, Freud argued, are in constant battle within us, shaping our actions and reactions, often without our conscious awareness. This struggle and the balance we strike are what define our individual behaviors and personalities. Freud's psychoanalytic approach and theory of instincts provide a unique perspective on human behavior. Freud's theory of personality structure. Freud's theory of personality structure is a cornerstone of his psychoanalytic theory. At the heart of this theory lies the belief that our behaviors and personality are largely influenced by three interacting components: the deed, the ego, and the superego. These three elements of our psyche are constantly in conflict with one another, shaping our actions, reactions, and indeed, who we are. Let's take a closer look. The id, according to Freud, is the primal part of our personality. It operates on what Freud called the pleasure principle, seeking immediate gratification for our basic needs and desires, such as hunger, thirst, and the drive for sex. It's like a toddler, impulsive and demanding, without any consideration for reality or social norms. Next in line is the ego. The ego is the reality check for the id. It operates on the reality principle, mediating between the demands of the E, the realities of the external world, and the moral standards of the superego. The ego is like the grown-up in the room, trying to find a balance between getting what we want and what is realistically achievable without breaking societal rules. Last but not least, we have the superego. The superego is the moral compass of our personality, embodying our sense of right and wrong. It strives for perfection, not pleasure or reality. It's like a strict parent, always reminding us of what we should do, often in stark contrast to what we want to do. The interaction and conflict between these three components is what Freud believed to be the driving force behind our behaviors and personality. The ego constantly struggles to satisfy the id's desires in a socially acceptable manner, while also trying to live up to the moral standards set by the superego. It's a tricky balancing act, and how well we manage it determines our personality. Freud's tripartite model offers a comprehensive view of the complexities of human personality. It's a fascinating concept, and while it has been both praised and criticized over the past century, its influence on our understanding of human behavior is undeniable. Freud's psychosexual stages of development. Freud believed that our personality is shaped during the early stages of our life. This is the crux of his theory on the psychosexual stages of development, a cornerstone of his psychoanalytic thought. Freud postulated that we move through 5 distinct stages in our early life, each marked by a unique focus of sexual pleasure, or libido. These stages are oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. Let's start with the oral stage. This is the first stage, spanning from birth to roughly 1 year. During this stage, the child's pleasure centers are focused on the mouth. Activities like feeding, sucking, and biting provide satisfaction and form the basis of future associations with pleasure. Next up is the anal stage, occurring from age 1 to 3. Freud believed that pleasure shifts to the act of expelling or retaining feces. This is also when children start to grapple with issues of control and compliance, which can shape their future attitudes towards authority and order. The third stage is the phallic stage, roughly from ages 3 to 6. Freud posited that children start to discover the physical differences between the sexes, resulting in a focus of libido on the genitals. It's during this stage that Freud believed the Oedipus and Electra complexes arise. Then comes the latency stage, from age 6 to puberty. Sexual impulses recede into the background as children immerse themselves in exploring the world around them and developing their social and communication skills. Finally, we reach the genital stage, from puberty onwards. Here, the focus of pleasure is on mature adult sexuality. Freud believed that if all the earlier stages have been successfully navigated, the individual should emerge as a well-rounded adult. These stages, Freud argued, have a profound impact on adult personality. If a child faces trauma or unresolved issues in any stage, it could result in fixation, leading to a range of adult neuroses. The psychosexual stages of development form a crucial part of Freud's understanding of human personality. It's a fascinating theory that, while controversial, offers a unique lens through which to view human development. Ego defense mechanisms. Ever wondered why we sometimes act in ways that don't make sense? Freud's ego defense mechanisms might hold the answers. In Freud's psychoanalytic theory, the ego isn't just the rational part of our minds. It's also the part that uses some clever strategies to help us manage conflict and anxiety. Freud called these strategies ego defense mechanisms. They operate below the level of conscious awareness, meaning we don't usually realize when we're using them. Now let's delve into some of these mechanisms. First up, we have repression. This is the mind's way of blocking out distressing thoughts or feelings. For instance, if you've ever forgotten an uncomfortable conversation or traumatic event, that could be repression at work. But remember, according to Freud, these repressed memories aren't gone. They're just lurking beneath the surface of our conscious minds. Next, we have denial. This is when we refuse to accept reality because it's too threatening or painful. Have you ever been shocked to find out something about yourself that others seem to know? That could be denial. It's like our mind's way of saying, nope, not dealing with that right now. Lastly, let's talk about projection. This is when we attribute our own unacceptable thoughts or feelings to someone else. For example, if you're feeling angry but can't admit it to yourself, you might perceive others around you as being angry instead. It's a way of externalizing our inner conflicts so that they feel less personal and more manageable. These are just a few examples of the ego defense mechanisms identified by Freud, but there are many more. And while they might seem a little sneaky, they're not necessarily bad. They can actually be quite helpful in managing our emotions and navigating difficult situations. So, the next time you find yourself acting in a way that doesn't make sense, it might be worth asking, which ego defense mechanism is at play here? Ego defense mechanisms provide a fascinating insight into how we manage conflict and anxiety. Conclusion: we've taken a journey through the mind according to Freud. We've explored his psychoanalytic approach, which proposes that our behaviors, thoughts, and feelings are largely influenced by unconscious drives. We delved into the instincts that fuel these drives and how they shape our personality structure, which Freud divided into the id, the ego, and the superego. We navigated through Freud's psychosexual stages of development, the oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital stages. Each stage, Freud suggests, plays a crucial role in the formation of adult personality. We also examined Freud's ego defense mechanisms, tools our psyche employs to protect us from distressing thoughts and impulses. These include repression, denial, projection, and more. These concepts, challenging as they may be, are integral to Freud's psychoanalytic theory. Freud's theories have made an enduring impact on our understanding of human behavior and the mind, laying the groundwork for much of modern psychology. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe and follow the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.